Hey everybody, Blue Dragon Bud here for my 8th installment of my Romance of Three Kingdoms 13 famous strategy playthrough. As we have been before, I'll go ahead and start it off with a movie. So here we go. Let's do the Ma Chao movie. It's a pretty rare one to see, so unless you pick the scenario that starts it off. So I'll go ahead and play that one, and then we'll get back into the playthrough.
我军多半已经渡河了吗？那么我也……
后方有敌袭，身披银白铠甲的将领逼近了。
是马超吗？那家伙不是应该在河对岸吗？逆贼曹操，我这就为我一族报仇雪恨！
不好，马超快到近前了。
曹操大人，是我冒犯了。什么？别让他们逃了！给我不断奉剑！请您趴下！可恶，错过了绝佳的时机吗？可恶的曹操，下次一定要诛杀他！
Okay, so in my last video, part number 7, I was in the middle of the battle, marching through Cao Cao's lands. Unfortunately, I played a bunch. I thought I was recording my 8th installment of this playthrough, but unfortunately I hadn't been recording. And I've already saved over the space that I was using to save my data. So unfortunately I'm not going to be able to go back and show you everything I did. But I did march through. I finished. I was right here at Chiao last time you guys saw me. And so I finished that battle real quick. That was obvious. Went on to Juchang. I went up this way to avoid the walls. Went back through Chenlu to Hine to come down here and take Luoyang. And then once I took Luoyang, both of his walls lost their ownership, so I could just walk into them. And then I came over here and finished off Beihai, which was his last city. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get to see a lot. While I was over here fighting Cao Cao at Hine and Luoyang, Yuan Shao, his ally, as you remember, I was in the middle of trying to ally with Yuan Shao while I was marching against Cao Cao, and Yuan Shao was Cao Cao's ally. And so before the alliance was completed, he did launch a pretty heavy assault here on Jibei, and I had to marshal a bunch of troops that I wasn't using in my battle to defend Jibei against Yuan Shao, who brought almost 200,000 soldiers here, and I wasn't personally controlling any of this battle, so it went pretty hard for a while until the alliance went through, and then Yuan Shao left my area. So I still need to fortify up these areas, and I'm still going around recruiting a bunch of Cao Cao's officers. That's why I had moved back over to Luoyang. I had disbanded my army. I'm going to finish recruiting Cao Cao's officers, and then I'm going to reorganize my territory, create a foothold there for me to launch attacks against the rest of the country here. So those are my plans. Got to get Jinyi and Shangyang pretty soon. I'll probably fill those up before I start battling. So let me finish what I was in the middle of doing here. Hire Ju Hong.
请允许。
我会誓死效忠。
You see, when you hire someone, you get 16 intelligence experience, as long as your intelligence experience is under, and as long as your intelligence attribute is under 90, I believe. Once it's over 90, it goes down to like 5 or 6 or something like that. But it's a good boost to your intelligence experience until you go up to a high level of intelligence. So, for instance, someone like Zhang Fei, if you're trying to build up his skill, I think at Zhang Fei's level of intelligence, when he first starts out, he's somewhere around, he gets something like 28 for every person he recruits. So you can build up his skill really quick if you're being Zhang Fei and you want to turn him into a smart guy. Okay, so... Now let me see if there's any more of Cao Cao's guys I want to personally hire. If there's not, then I'm going to go ahead and start organizing my area. Oh, I can get Cao Cao himself now. His hate has gone away. As a lot of you know, when you build up hate fighting a ruler, you know, every time you take one of his cities, his rapport goes down, and he hates you for a while after you defeat him. So this is the first time I've been trying to recruit him all the time. This is the first time that Liu Bei has come up as or anybody has come up as recommended to be able to get Cao Cao, so that's awesome. I love Cao Cao. He's, you know, I think he's one of the best officers in the game. I don't really like him as a ruler because of his mentality. Like, I mean, honestly, if you were taking the profile of Cao Cao, who we believe Cao Cao was today, and you were translating it to back then, as long as you could temper his ambition, as long as you could keep him wanting to serve you, Cao Cao would literally be one of the best officers in the game. The problem with Cao Cao is, you know, that same personality profile as a ruler, as a leader. It just, you know, he's a very strict, what do you call him? Oh man, I hate when I forget words. Anyways, he's very strict with his thoughts on law and justice, and you know, very unforgiving. You know, he's very black and white. It's you know, if you screw up, you die, and the only person who gets excuses is him. And that kind of dictator type personality, kind of tyrannical personality where he's always right and everybody else is always wrong, and justice is always skewed through his perspective. That kind of personality, of course, can be a really terrifying leader. You know, kind of like Donald Trump, but not as silly, you know what I'm saying? If Cao Cao was that silly, I don't think anybody would have really feared trying to rebel and revolt against him and take over, because a lot of people knew the abuses Cao Cao was making, but a lot of people really believed he was making the land a better place, and that's not necessarily wrong. I mean, he wasn't that far off from doing good. I mean, you know, I think he had a lot of good intentions, but kind of went about it the wrong way. Kind of more from a stance of anger than a stance of trying to soothe his countrymen and his land. I got Sima Yi, so that's awesome. Sima Yi, also a really good general. Nice. Nice. You saw my attribute went up to 90 in intelligence. I've been recruiting a lot of guys, so my stats been going up pretty quick. I mean, not to mention that's not a natural 90. That's a lot of that is my title, which gives me +9 in all abilities. So I wonder if Boozy's forgiven me yet. Nope, Boozy hates me more than Cao Cao does. Isn't that crazy? Just because one time he betrayed me when Cao Cao recruited him. He can never look me in the eye again. He hates me worse than the guy who I took all of his cities from, you know? That's pretty crazy. Okay, so alright, looks like we pretty much got everything, everyone I'm concerned about. So now what I'm gonna do is try and get a lot of other stuff squared away, and I'll leave the rest of the hiring up to most of my AI controlled generals, governors, regular generals. The first thing I need to do, which I just thought of but then forgot, is materials. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm starting to build up some gold here. 16,000 everywhere. That's nice. Let's see. I guess my next move is going to be to move myself to the city that I'm going to assign myself to, which is going to be Juchang. And the reason why is because I want to station myself where the Emperor is, and Juchang builds up really well. It's not built up very well right now. Right now, if I wanted to station myself in the best place, yeah, when I launch my battles, I'm definitely going to be launching from these three first. Unless I can build up Juchang really fast. But look, you see there's no wounded troops, there's no returning troops, it's at 16,000. It's going to take a long time to build this up to the same level as the other cities. Although Juchang does come with a lot of bonuses that can build it up faster, but it would take a lot of work on it to do that. But I'll still go ahead and move there. Now I don't really have to worry about many of my guys betraying me because I'm allied with everyone around me. And when you're allied with everybody, none of your allies can recruit your generals. So it's one thing to keep in mind. As long as you're allied with everyone, you don't really need to worry about loyalty. Pretty soon, my alliance is going to expire with Sun Si, and he is a good poacher. So I will want my general's loyalty up before my alliance expires with him. Right now, I'm gotta organize my cities. Now, I've got way too many cities now for me to take care of all by myself. So even though they're not all pimped out, which I would like them to be before I turn them over to viceroys, I'm gonna end up delegating control to some of my cities here. First thing I need to do, maybe I'll give control of cities to Cao Cao. I don't know. We'll see. First thing I need to do is I'm going to... Now, maybe you guys don't need to do something like this. It's gonna look weird, probably, but I like to assign everybody to my city to start fresh. Because there's people scattered around that I didn't assign to places that are in different places. So I like to just assign everybody to my city just to start fresh. Now you don't have to actually wait until they move to the city, because now if I'm spending time with it set like this, this is time that the city is losing 38,628 a season. So that's not something I want it to do. I don't want that to happen. So I'm not going to leave it like this. But now that I got everybody in one central location, it makes it a lot easier for me to decide where to put people. Also, I'm going to decide my new comrade layout while I have everybody with me, and then I won't move any of my comrades that I want to keep away from me. So Zhang Liao first, and Zhang Fei. Do I have no intelligent ones? Han Sui. I don't even have a relationship with Han Sui, I don't think. I would have to add Ma Teng first, and then I could add Han Sui. So I'm not going to do that, but I do need to develop a relationship with a couple intelligent people to get my intelligent buff up. Let's see. So, the choice here is if I add anyone else, this balance is going to be thrown off. The +7 leadership, +7 war. I like that. That's probably where I want to keep it. If I add one more of leadership or add one more of war, it will go the other way. It'll go to 10-5. So 10-5 isn't really what I want. I like the 7-7. That's cool. So I'm not going to add anyone else. The next person I'll add probably be like Fa Zhang or someone here in the intelligence area. I'll probably befriend Fa Zhang.
好，按这就去。
Okay, so now alright, okay. Okay, I'm gonna make Zhang Liao, seeing as he's already my comrade, can't leave my state. I'll go ahead and make him the governor here. Okay, now I'm gonna decide where everybody else goes, which is a pain in the ass. It's not. It's not that it's one of my least favorite parts of the game, but definitely one of the most tedious one that I like to take time and think out. So that's not really going to be good for this video demonstration. So I'm going to try and do this quickly, figure out where people are going and what people are doing fairly quickly. Okay, but it's, it seems with me a lot of times the quicker I try to do something, the longer it takes. Whereas if I just took my time, it'd get done faster. But okay, I know these 3 cities are fairly well developed. I don't think any of them are max. So that's probably what I should check first. What cities I need to develop. So let me get out of here. Okay, so yeah, so even my good cities, they're not maxed out. Langyi is the closest here. Oh, I get stats. So yeah, I'm gonna want people in all these, improving them, and I'll probably just have these core cities. I might even not even look at how crappy Guangling is. I'll put my core group of people that I want to see, like my successful group, my groups that I build for a lot of success, I'm going to put in these core cities where it's going to be basically, I know I haven't gone over this yet, so what I'm looking for is about 5 to 7 core cities. Most of my core cities will be able to throw out 2 armies. At highest potential, each unit is about 30,000 troops. So What I'm looking for is about 5 cities with 60,000 troops that have full full horse, elite horse troops, and that I can launch my attack from. I like them also to have good domestics, have all their domestics built up so that they're gaining enough money so that I can pay for my highest ranking officers to be there without losing money on a seasonal basis. Once I have that, the reason why I'm looking for 5 that I can launch 2 units from is because the max army size that you can combine together is 10 units. After that, 10 units is the most that can show up on the field. After that, people are on standby, and you don't always get to choose which officer is going in on standby. It could be pretty random, so a lot of times your good officers that you're depending on get left out. So I like to build an army of 10 awesome units. Find my best 10 units, and then after that, I scatter everybody else around other cities so they can build up my cities while I'm concentrating on war. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate. So it looks like the cities I'm going to pick are Shochun. I don't know. Let's see. Let's start by looking who's got the best horse. So of course we got GOP, GOP, and Langi, and there's 3 already. So I really only need 2 more. I think I'll save Puyang and Jibei until I do a northern assault. I'm not going to use their soldiers right now. I think right now, yeah, I think I'll just do these. I think I'll do Langi, Jiapi, Jiaopei, Qiao, and Juchang. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to start that off by, it's already 200 AD. I need to get into Jinyi and start looking for Shushu. And then if I find Shushu, then I'll probably put him in as my 4th comrade to get my intelligence bonus. Okay, so let's see. Go back to the transfer orders. Okay. Now, I'm gonna, let's see. I just have to work out who my military units are gonna be first, my 5 military units. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Or my 10 military units. So I have one more cat I gotta take into consideration because... Oh, did I already get Jiho done? If I've got him on my list, then I don't even need to worry about it. You already got him. I'm gonna go ahead and release Lu Bu, like I said I would, and just so I get to fight him later. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Instead of killing Lu Bu, I'm gonna be a nice guy, and I am going to release him. Could execute him, but I'm not going to. And so Lu Bu goes free. Okay, so now I'm gonna figure out my army. But before I do that, yeah, so much to think and consider about in this game to try and make things go well for yourself. And I'm sorry, I told you guys I am a perfectionist, so even if it's insignificant, even if I could bowl over these without doing any of this, I still have to do this just because it's my nature. I'm sorry. Okay. So that improves them greatly with plus 11,000 troops for each of them. It's awesome. So none of my ministers are up to the rank 2 rank. So I've got to get them on the next rung. Okay. Now, I'll explain something here. Now you see how now Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Zhao Yun were the only one rank 2 eligible, or who had achieved rank 2, who were eligible for court rank 8 positions. So I filled those ranks. Now, over here you see there are other people eligible for these plus 7 bonuses for these court 7 ranks. There are other people eligible, but I'm not going to give the positions to them. I'm not going to give Han Sui a plus 7 rank. He wouldn't keep that rank. I would have to dismiss him from that rank, demote him. He would lose loyalty and he would hold a grudge. The mechanics in this work very similar to how you would expect real life to work. Basically, so talk about ranks like a normal person in the modern age working at a job. Okay, one thing, people who you've just hired, like all these people I just hired from Cao Cao, they have low loyalty. Now, if I promote them right away, their loyalty will go up a little bit, but they will still have low loyalty. Just like if you started at a new job and you got a promotion, you know, you haven't been with this company that long, you're not ride or die for this company, you know, you're not going down with the ship if things start going bad there. So you're not super loyal, but you're really happy about being promoted, and you're definitely going to want to stay with it and see where it goes, unless you get some other offer that tops that tremendously. You're going to stick around. So it's the same way in the game. You give someone a title, give them a promotion as far as because they make more money. The higher title they get, the more money they earn, the more money you pay them, and so, you know, they are really stoked about that. They are way less likely to betray you if they've got a title. The higher the title, the less likely they are to want to leave. And again, same thing as in real life. If I went ahead and started filling these ranks up with people who would not keep this rank, with people who I would have to dismiss from the rank or replace and bump down, you know, I would either have to dismiss them altogether and they wouldn't have any rank, or I would have to bump them down significantly. Those people, just like in real life, you promote someone to running a whole office or a whole plant or a whole division of the company, and then you try and demote them down to working under people they used to be supervising. You know, they're gonna hate it there. They're gonna be looking for their first chance to leave, and it works. It works a lot like that in the game. They're much more likely to just up and leave your force, even if no one else is trying to recruit them. They'll just leave you, and they're much more likely to be recruited after you've dismissed them from ranks. So, something to think about, something to take in consideration. I'm very particular about how I rank people, so I'm not going to put any one of these plus 7s. I've given it to Zhang Liao and Huang Zhang, and they're the only ones who are worthy of those ones. Let's see if there's any intelligence officers. No, I'm not going to give Cheng Gui this rank. He wouldn't keep it for long at all. So no one else is worthy of plus 7. So let's see what else we got here. We're back in the leadership rankings. Now, hard question. Do I take Cao Cao in on my team as part of my war party and let him be part of what I'm doing, or do I use Cao Cao as viceroy and keep him kind of at arm's distance, but still keep him high ranked and satisfied, but just not with my main army, which is probably what I'm going to do. I feel a little cheap using Cao Cao on Liu Bei, something that would never happen in history. It feels weird, so I'll probably keep Cao Cao relatively high promoted, but I'll probably not keep him as high as people who are on my war party, because, you know, they're the ones that I want to have high troops. So I'm not going to promote Cao Cao to a high rank. Let's see where I'm at. So far I've promoted Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, Zhao Yun, Zhang Liao, and Huang Zhong. So anyone who I haven't given a promotion to so far, it's in my war party. So Huang Zhong's already gotten one. Ma Chao needs one. Right, Ma Chao didn't have one, right? Yeah. Ma Chao needed a rank. Who else? Okay, so there's no one else really to let in. I will go ahead and give Cao Cao his high rank because there's no one else worthy of this high rank, and Cao Cao definitely is. So I will go ahead and give him a high rank, and like I said, I'll probably make him a viceroy of some of the cities that that I'm not going to control directly. So where am I now? Okay, there's no one else eligible. No one else that I won't like for that rank. Let's see about my minister ranks. Again, Fa Zheng's not available yet. He's going to be the first minister I appoint, being that he is my advisor. So I'm not going to appoint another minister rank until I get Fa Zheng. And it looks like rank 5 will probably be where he is. Yeah, here he is. So we got Fa Zheng, Jun Yu, Jianzhu. Okay. I skipped over my military ranks, so I gotta go back to those. Okay, let's see. Yes, Pandey. Soon. And I'll even give Ma Tang a rank up here. Okay. Now, let's see who else we got coming up. Now, there should be some that start appearing who I didn't even have the option to give rank to first, who weren't eligible for a higher rank, like Zhihu Dun. I might end up using Cao Cao in my main force. I don't have a huge force yet, so I very well may end up using Cao Cao in my main force. Okay, no one really qualifying for a +4 rank there. Let's see, I got Gorgia. You. Let's see. Okay, I'll give Lee a rank, and I'll give I'll go ahead and give Sun Qian a promotion. Why not? I'm a nice guy. Zhu Hong. Zhu Hongy Hong in the house. Eugen's pretty good. Leanne, I like Leanne. I've always liked Leanne. I'll give Leanne a rank. Surprised Sima Yi hasn't qualified for any ranks yet. It's surprising to me. See who else is deserving of a rank that doesn't have one yet. Gen 1. Wen Pen, not bad. Okay. Oh, I'm really surprised. I was pretty sure I had already recruited Sima Yi. Surprised he's not eligible for any of these ranks. There he is. Lowest rank. Rank 9. Okay. Now that I've gotten that taken care of, now I can plan out my war party. Okay, I need my 5 commanders, which of course Liu Bei is going to be my the first of my 5 to be chosen. Next one, I'll take Guan Yu. And the next one, let's see, Zhao Yun can lead one. Zhao Yun lead one. Okay, let's see. I'll let Cao Cao lead one. I'll let Ma Chao lead one. Or maybe I won't let Ma Chao lead one. Maybe I'll put Ma Chao with Liu Bei. So let Cao Cao lead one. Let me check something just so I can see who Cao Cao has good relationships with. Let me see here. Now if I made Cao Cao a unit, now I know he's probably gonna have anything going with Sima Yi. No. Doesn't even have anything going with Jiho Yuan. Now in history, Cao Cao and the 2 Jihos were very close. Jiho Yuan and Jiho Dun, very close in the novel and supposedly in history. So you would expect them to have a tight relationship. Here he does with Jiho Dun, so that's good. And then let's see, probably would use Jiho Dun and one of his kids probably. So let's see if any of his kids have survived, and I have them. Cao Pi, there we go, that would probably work. So that's probably what I'll use. Yeah, I'll probably just use Cao Pi. So Cao Cao will take Jiho Dun and Cao Pi. So I'll have those in his unit. And let's see, another unit that I will end up using will be a Jiho Yuan unit then. So likewise, I gotta see if there's anyone who has a relationship with Jiho Yuan. So let's do that now. Where is he? There he is. Alright. I guess probably the only people who have a chance is other Jihos. So I'll see if I have any other Jihos. Shiho. It's a weird name to try and pronounce. The Jihos. Not him. Yeah, he would. So he doesn't have any strong ties, so I might just use him in someone else's unit. I guess what I could do, I could make the unit Jiho Dune, and he has a relationship with both Cao Cao and Jiho Yuan. But he has my least amount of troops, only 19,000, so that wouldn't make any sense. So let's see. Let's go back to where I was. Well, the play screen's not a bad place to figure it out. It's got pretty much all the same information, so let's see. Let's go back to this and see who else. Now, the question is, should I have, and both Ma Chao and Ma Teng can make decent units just by adding other Ma's. So, yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll make both a Ma Teng and a Ma Chao unit with their family, because it gets you off kind of cheap. So, let's do Ma Chao. 6 will be Ma Teng. Now, Ma Teng has a bonded brother, Han Sui, so Han Sui will automatically go with Ma Teng, or at least that's how I'll set him up. For Ma Chao, I'm not exactly sure who all has good relations with Ma Chao, but I think it's only going to be other Ma's. I don't think there's really anyone else who's going to be there with him. Ma Dai does not. So now the choice is: do I take both of the Ma's with Ma Chao, or do I put one of them with Ma Teng? I think I'll put both of them with Ma Chao and let Ma Chao take his family unit there. And then let's see, who do I want to add for Ma Tengs? We'll see later. Okay, right now, okay, we got that. So who's going to be my 7th commander? My 7th commander will be... Pang Day is a good commander. Jiho Yuan's a good commander. Ju Hong's a good commander. Any of them would be good. Or maybe multiples of them. Maybe I will do... Let's see. I need 3 more commanders and I don't want to get down to the 19,000 troops. So, it looks like it might be all three of them. It might be Jiho Yuan, Pangdi, and Zhuhong. And I think that's how I'm going to have to do it, unless I want to make Huangzhong one. But I wanted Huangzhong to go with Zhao Yun because they have a good relationship. I thought that would be pretty cool. But I think having more good commanders trumps that. So I'm gonna make Huangzhong a unit leader. And probably instead of doing 10 cities or 5 cities like I was gonna do, I'll probably try and do 10 cities to spread out my base a little bit better. I may launch attacks just from 5 cities. I may move them later compress them into 5 cities, but I'm going to put them around 10 cities so I can build up a good core of strong cities. So each one of these people are going to be a governor, probably of the city. Each person who's going to be leading a unit. So, and then I'll decide whether I want to launch them from that city or whether I want to move them and combine them. So Huangzhong will be the 7th commander. The 8th commander will be Pang De. And 9th commander will be Jiho Yuan. And last but not least, my 10th commander will be Zhu Huang. Okay, so now I gotta fill in the units. So who did I take from up here? I used everybody, right? Oh, except Zhang Fei. Zhang Fei is gonna go in Guan Yu's unit. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei go together a lot. Although, I could take away one of the other commanders and put Zhang Fei in his own unit. The unit just gets really strong. It's a nice unit, the Guan Yu Zhang Fei tandem there. So I like using them together. But I may go ahead and take Jiho Yuan's unit out and put Zhang Fei's unit in. Oh, no, I have Zhang Fei, yeah. I've got Zhang Fei on my comrade list, so I'm going to keep Zhang Fei with me. So I'll keep him with Guan Yu. So, yep, Zhang Fei will go in the Guan Yu unit, so that'll be fine. And then Zhang Liao, I didn't give him a unit either, because he's going to go in my unit. Which is a little bit of a waste, because he's a really good commander. But that's going to make my unit really strong. Look at his 108, 106, and 78 in intelligence. Those great stats. That's going to really augment my unit there. So, let's see. Who's next? So everybody else is being used. Okay. Now, so I had it arranged by the amount of troops they can command to pick my leader, because that's the most important thing in a leader, is the amount of troops they can command, pretty much. So now I'm going to arrange it by leadership for adding people into the units. Okay, so who do we got? Anybody that isn't already in a unit. Now Sima Yi, I would go ahead and put him with Cao Cao's unit. But he's already full. So I'll put him with another Wei style unit. I'll go ahead and put him with Zhu Hong. So Sima Yi will go with Zhu Hong. Okay, Gao Shun will go with Pang De. And a lot of times when I'm combining people, I'm trying to combine people who have like personalities, who I think will develop, rapport in their unit quickly, possibly develop friendship status if I throw a couple banquets, and be able to have cohesion in the unit, and give each other bonuses, stuff like that. Okay, Lu Meng. Lu Meng, I'll throw with Hong Zhong. How about throwing Liu Bang with Guan Yu? Okay, Cao Ren. Okay, he can go with Jiho Yuan. Okay, Jiaju. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I'm going to put him with anyone. We'll see. We'll see about Jiashu. I'll probably keep him at home. Let's see. Jim. Really? This went downhill fast. Let's see. I'll throw Li Yan in with Liu Bei's unit. I'll go ahead and throw Jiaju in with Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. They don't need someone who's got a lot of war. Their unit will already have a ton of war, so throw Jiaju, give their unit some extra intelligence. I'll go ahead and put Yu Jin with Ma Teng's unit. Now Zhao Yun hasn't gotten anyone yet in his unit, so I'm going to have to add people to Zhao Yun's unit next. Let's see. I already took Li Yan. Who do I want? I'll go ahead and throw Ma Dai in with Ma Teng. There we go. I'll throw Yu Jin with Peng Day. I think historically, I'll throw Yu Jin with Zhu Hong and Sima Yi. Yu Jin, there we go. Okay. Okay, Wen Pen, I'll go ahead and stick him with Zhao Yun. Good. Wish I had Wei Yan already. Yui Jin. Okay, Yui Jin's good. I'll stick him with Jiho Yuan. I don't remember which one Pang De had beef with, if it was Yu Jin or Yui Jin. One of them he had beef with, but they actually ended up working together in the whole Pang De Pang De leads an attack on Guan Yu. But as we know in that story, that didn't work very well because Guan Yu drowned their armies. Okay, I'll go ahead and throw Jiling in with Zhao Yun and Wen Pin. Jiling. Okay, so I'm really close. I've got 2 more spots to fill total, so that's good. Yanjing. Oh, we already got Guan Ping. Oh, I'm going to put him in with Guan Yu's unit. So, I'll put Guan Ping. I forgot all about Guan Ping coming of age. So Guan Ping will go in with Guan Yu's unit. I'm also going to try and give Guan Ping a rank. I didn't notice. So I'll put Guan Ping in with Guan Yu's unit. I'll put Jiazhu in with Pang De's unit. And I'll put Yanjing here with Wang Zhong's unit. Okay. So I've got it all set up now. So I've got all my main units set up. Now I got to figure out which city I'm going to assign them to, and then I'll move those first, and then I'll add other generals in to help out, build up the cities, and then after I add those into my main cities, then I'll send everyone else out to the places I'm going to computer control, gonna delegate to, and let them build up those cities, and I'll give them. I'll give them instructions as to how I want them to build. So, let's get the moving out of the way. So first, I need 8 other cities besides Juchang, because my 2 armies, my Liu Bei with Zhangliao, Li Yan, Guan Yu, and my second unit, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Guan Ping are all going to stay in Juchang with Liu Bei. So, it's everyone else that's going to be going to the other cities. So, I need to pick 8 other cities. So we'll assign, let's see. Let's do it real simply. And we'll just assign Lang Yi to Zhao Yun. Lang Yi. We'll assign Beihai to Cao Cao. We'll assign GP to Ma Chao. We'll assign Jibei to Ma Teng. We'll assign Zhao Pei to Huang Zhang. Pu Yang to Peng Di. Chen Liu to Jiho Yuan. And Chia to Ju Huang. Okay. So I've got all those set. Let's go ahead and move them. Got Zhou Yun, Wen Pin, and Jiling. Okay. 1, 2. Beihai. Got Soto. Jiho Jun and Cao Pi. Okay. Now the next one is Ma Chao and Jia P. That'll be right here. Yeah. Oh, this one is actually easier if I just go to the Ma's. Ma's. So Ma Chao, Ma Ti, and Ma Jiu. Okay. Then Ma Teng's and GB. Jibei. Ma Teng, Han Sui, and Ma Dai. Teng, Han Sui, Ma Dai. Okay. Now, Huang Zhong and Zhao Pei, and that's Huang Zhong, Lu Meng, and Yan Jing. So, let's do that. Zhong, Lu Meng. Yan Jing. Okay. And what's next? So next we got Pu Yang with Peng Di.